Welcome to the first episode of the Expressurlifestyle podcast, and this is a special one right here. You know, recently I've been trying to get my credit right, and I just happened to stumble upon my good friend Tornubari. Koboo, what's going on, man?
What's going on, my guy?
This guy right here just started Secure Clients Consultant, and I can honestly say that my credit score just shot up. All of the game that he gave me, I'm willing to just go ahead and share that with you guys so he can express his business, everything he got going on. Just introduce yourself. What got you into entrepreneurship?
Yeah, man. First, I want to say thank you, bro. Appreciate you for allowing me to, get on your podcast and speak about credit and my business and things of that nature. So first, I want to say I really appreciate you.
Of course.
But yeah, man, what got me started in the business, man? First, I'll say a little bit about myself. Grew up in DeKalb County, Decatur, Georgia, and then I went to college, got a degree in mechanical engineering. I worked at Square. Well, I still work at Square now, and throughout that process, I was just, working on my own personal credit, and I had a lot of derogatory information on my report, which was holding me back from being able to acquire things that I needed. So I took it personal, and I started working on my own personal credit, and that's what kind of got me started in the entrepreneur space.
Okay, so, were you even thinking about, starting a business and, how did that transition go? I know you said you was at Square, you was doing engineering. What made you just okay, I'm finna start a business?
Right, man. Honestly, I always kind of been more business-minded, and had that type of ambition and, willpower to do it. But I just didn't know what I wanted to focus on,
Okay.
And once I came across credit, that kind of gave me that something that I was inspired about, something that I actually cared about, something that I wanted to help other people, achieve and, educate people on. So once I found credit, that was kind of like my niche. And then, that's what made me want to start.
What you had on your credit report again?
Man, I had a lot of derogatory information. I had negative information on my credit report, right? So I had collections, old medical bills, accounts that were closed due to inactivity, just for me not using the account, and I ended up taking a loss on my credit report, So my score was probably a 568,
And what kind of give me a timeline on, okay, when was your credit score 568 and you started to do changes and notice the little things that was on there? Kind of give us a timeline. Okay, I'm at a 568 credit score. Wow, this stuff is not accurate on my account. What steps did you take to kind of okay, I need to get this fixed?
Right. Man, it was a process, right? Because when I was at that 568, I didn't know anything about credit, right? I didn't even really know how to read my credit report in depth, right?
Okay.
And so it started off with just education first, from reading to doing research to analyzing my personal report. And I kind of started building positive credit lines. And one thing that really helped me, I'd say, is I had made a self account and
the credit card.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
It's a secure credit card, and you pay off the credit card every month, and it adds a positive credit line on your credit report. And so basically, I started just building positive accounts on my credit report, right? And that was probably took me a year just to build that. And then once I started understanding how to get the negative information off of my report, I started attacking it in that way, disputing inaccuracies on my report. And that's what allowed me to, start the progress.
And disputing, so I know myself, I see a lot of stuff on my account that's kind of not accurate myself. And when you're going through the process of disputing, how are you doing it? Are you calling the companies that have this information? Are you writing in letters? How did you go about doing that?
Man, honestly, when I started, I was disputing things online, and that's honestly not the best way to dispute things. Even though it worked for me, it's not something that I necessarily recommend. You want to write in the letters, right? You want to dispute it through the mail. And the reason is because you can actually get a response for when you dispute. If you dispute online and you lose, then you won't get any type of response to understand why you lost the dispute, right? So once you send in the letter, they have to send back, information of this account was deleted or it wasn't deleted, right? And so that's what I would recommend. You want to look at the account, right? And you want to make sure everything is accurate. It has to be 100% accurate, right? So the date has to be correct, the balance has to be correct, the limit has to be correct, the date open has to be correct. Everything has to be accurate. The account number. So you want to make sure that everything on there is accurate. If it's not, then you could take a look at disputing it to, get it removed.
Man, you just gave out a lot of game that our generation, you know what I'm saying, that we weren't really taught this in college, high school and stuff. We were taught, the minor stuff. We really wasn't taught credit. So why credit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why your first business? I know you said you found your niche in credit, but why do you feel like credit is important? And, what kind of advice would you want to give to people that's just starting? Like how you was like, okay, you see like a lot of stuff that's on your account that's not right. Why credit, and can you just tell the people the importance of credit and making sure that they stay on top of that?
Right, man. So why credit? Because you need credit for literally everything. Like if you need a house, you need a car, you need better insurance. Interest rates. You need, whatever you try to do. If you try to get a Sam's Club card, they'll check your credit. Like literally. So like when I was getting declined for all those things I was trying to apply for. That made me realize like how important it was. Like, and the importance of credit to me is like you could use it to leverage to, do the things that you want to do, to invest, to build businesses, to do all those type of things, because credit gives you an opportunity to get capital, it gives you opportunity to access funds that you wouldn't have an opportunity to acquire. So you can use the funds to do what you want to do, like whatever business venture you want to do, whatever personal thing that you acquire to do, you can use it, to leverage that.
So basically, what you're saying is credit isn't bad. Like people should take advantage of their credit to leverage and do the stuff that they want to do, right?
Facts, man. And I was told that credit was bad. I was told you should never have a credit card. You should never even look at a credit card application. None of that. But that's not true, If you don't use your credit card, you really, doing yourself a disservice, because you get reward points for using your credit card. You get nothing when you use a debit card. So,
I don't get nothing when I use my debit card. You know what I'm saying? Like the banks, they offer you the little percentage at the end of the year, and man, it's no more than 20 cents. You know what I'm saying? So I do appreciate you sharing some game on the credit cards. And you said like, so the rewards, like, give us a little insight on like how people can use the rewards that they get on their credit card, and like why they should continue to use their credit card for those rewards.
Yeah, man. So like we were saying, you use your debit card. If you use a debit card every day, you get nothing in return for it. You just spend your money and that's it. But if you use your credit card, you get actual points for the card, for using the card, right? And majority, depends on the card, they have different rewards, but majority of cards will give you like a welcome bonus. Like you spend, the money that you was gonna spend anyway, you'll get funds in return just for spending money that you were gonna spend regardless. So it's beneficial to use it. You can use. They have like points for like restaurants. They have cash back points, meaning like you spend the money and they give you money back. Based off a percentage that they have for the card, right? You can use it for hotels, airplanes, travel expenses, all types of stuff.
So what would be one thing that you said, okay, you just got into the credit, the credit game. What is one thing that you kind of just learned that you didn't know before about credit? That's like some real piece of valuable information.
Man, honestly, paying your debts is super important, right?
Okay.
Paying your creditors, whatever application that you sent in, and if it's on your personal credit, if it's not inaccurate, you want, before it gets to like a derogatory collection, you just want to pay it. You want to have a relationship with your creditor. Like you can call them, you could tell them like, hey, I was late on my payment. I'm sorry, this and this happened. Can I get this removed, or can you help me, resolve this issue? Because a lot of the main problem is like a lot of people, we all apply for certain things or we use certain services, but we don't, pay it. And that's what's hurting our creditors. So, you just want to make sure that you're paying your debts on time.
What can happen when you don't utilize your credit? Like what can prevent you from getting stuff? Like you just said, you needed to get homes, cars, things of that. Like just tell the people how can not using your credit really, hurt you? Like, what benefits are you losing out on?
Man, you're losing out on several benefits, man, because the whole time while you're saying this credit card is bad, you could be using your funds that you were going to use anyway to build your personal credit. To say, hey, now you want to go get when you want to go to get your car, and they look at your credit report, they say, hey, you have a great payment history. We know that you'll pay us on time. We'll give you good interest rate versus like somebody else that's telling you, hey, never work on your credit, never look at your credit, don't use a credit card. Then when they go try to get that same card that you got, their interest rate is
crazy,
like way higher. You know what I mean? So the person end up paying $1,000 more than what you be paying just for using your credit. Like, so you just want to use that to your advantage. You know what I mean? And that's kind of why it's important.
Y'all gotta use your credit. Y'all hear my boy telling y'all go ahead and take advantage of that. So like, how did you become proficient in it? So you was in college doing engineering.
Mm-hmm.
Looked at your credit report, say, hey, this stuff is not accurate. I'm at a 584. And if you don't mind me asking, what is your credit score right now?
750.
584 to 750, and what's the time span of that?
2 years.
2 years. Tell the people how you became proficient in it, and like, how can they? I know somebody's watching right now. Their credit score may be a 5 something or below. You did it in 2 years.
Right.
How can they get proficient? How you got proficient, and how can they get their credit score up? What are the little things that they need to be doing month by month to get their credit score up?
Thanks, man. So you want to start getting that positive credit lines as soon as possible. I recommend secure credit cards and secure credit loans. Both of those are great ways to start getting positive information on your credit report. Then you want to everybody's credit report is different, right? Unique. If you have negative information on your credit report, you want to make sure that's accurate. If it's not, you want to dispute it. In the time frame where you're working on your credit, you want to make sure that you're paying everything on time. Your payment history is 35% of your credit report, so it's the major, meat of your credit report. So you want to make sure that you're paying everything on time. You never want to have a late payment ever. So you can, like I was saying earlier, you could work out situations with your creditor if you are in a tough situation. Hey, can we set up a payment plan? Can I, pay you this amount for now and then I'll pay you later? Whatever you can do, they'll work with you, honestly. So, that's what I would really recommend. Like, if you're getting started, check those things out for real.
And you say positive credit lines and secure credit cards is a great way to kind of get started. And I just learned that through you at this moment. What are some other lines of credit that people can get that will positively, affect their credit?
Man, if you're just starting out, that you gotta understand they won't lend you a lot of credit lines because you're fresh. You don't really have any type of credit lines. But once you start getting those things that we talked about, the secure loan and a secure card, you can start working and getting other credit lines. Like, you can get an unsecured credit card. You can get, car loans, houses, apartment loans, anything that you necessarily apply for that's going to be, reporting on your credit report. You can, before you even, do an application with somebody, you can ask them like, hey, whatever the creditor, say you take out a personal loan, you can ask them like, hey, what credit bureau did you report to? Do you report to all three? Will this be on my credit report? That'll be a positive line of credit. If you continuously pay it on time and you fulfill your agreement, that'll be great for your credit report. So kind of just want to, anything that you personally apply for that you need that'll be on your credit report, it can be a positive line of credit.
Man, I really appreciate that advice. And like you said, the 3 credit bureaus. So for the people that's out there watching, like, what are the 3 credit bureaus that they need to be informed about and, keeping updates on?
Right, man. There's several credit bureaus, but 3 major ones are TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian.
Okay.
And they all report your credit history. Like, that's what the creditors report their information to. So, those are the 3 big guys that are, your major credit
And then another thing you said that was, everybody should be doing this. But you said pay your bill off on time, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how accurate this is. They said you need to pay your bill within a certain amount of days from the statement date. So can you just clarify that as okay? So me personally, my credit card is due on the 22nd, right?
Mm-hmm.
My statement date is the 27th.
Mm-hmm.
So can you just really clarify for the people that's kind of misconceived about the statement date, the due date, and if they do want to pay early, when can they pay early? When should people really be paying their credit card date?
Man, that's a hell of a question, bro. And a lot of people get confused by that because they are different dates. But really, what I always advise my clients to do is reach out to the credit card company and ask them directly, hey, when do you report to the credit bureaus?
Okay.
And whatever date, so say they say the 13th, you want to pay on that 13th, you want to pay 2-3 days before the 13th. If they report on 13th, you want to pay on the 11th, right? You just want to pay before they report it to the credit bureaus. That's what all that matters. Anything after that, it really doesn't matter.
Okay, so all right, let me use me for instance. So I just said my statement date's on the 27th. So right. I'm assuming that's when they report to the bureaus, right?
Yes.
My due date is on the 22nd.
Right.
So what would you advise for me if my due statement date's on the 27th, but my due date's on the 22nd?
Right.
When should I be paying?
Man, you should definitely pay on that due date because it is before the 27th.
Okay.
You were on the 22nd. So you want to pay on that due date, but you want to make sure you get your balance as low as possible.
Okay.
And then, you're perfectly fine like that. You want to make sure you pay on that due date because that'll be, positive for your payment history. And then you'll be paying your balance down lower, which would be great for your credit utilization once they report it to the credit bureau. So you just want to make sure you pay that, on the 20th. I feel like really 19th, 20th.
A little before, right?
Right, a little before.
And 2 days before, you said,
right?
I mean, the credit utilization, give some game on the credit utilization. I know you said that the 35% was how much worth of it?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Your payment history is 35%, and your credit utilization is 30%. So,
okay, and how much of a percentage do people need to be, keeping that at? The typical 30. But I follow you guys on social media, and you recommend 10%.
Right.
So kind of explain that to people as why the 10% is better than the 30%.
Yeah, man. Basically, for your credit utilization, the lower the better. That's kind of how you want to think about it. 30% isn't bad, but if you can get it down to 10, 9, 8%, 14%, whatever is best for you. You don't want to stress yourself out, but at the end of the day, you want to get your balance as low as you can, and kind of go from there. You don't have to be, stressing yourself out to try to get it down to 5%, 4%, 3%, but
yeah.
If you can make sure that it's definitely lower than 30 and then kind of just get it as low as you can, it's perfectly fine.
Man, y'all need to get with Secure Clients. This man is dropping some good game on here. And, man, I just really want to ask the question, when did you realize you were able to change people's lives through credit? You said that my credit score was this. I got myself to a 750, and that's great for you. But at the same time, you out here trying to start a business and you changing other people's lives through credit, and your co-founder as well. When did you guys realize that, hey, we actually got something on our hands and we can change people's lives and we're going to start a business and we just going to really give out good knowledge to people and help them out?
Man, I really, understood that once I started working on the close ones around me in personal credit, family members and things of that nature, getting negative information off their report and seeing the enjoyment and excitement in their faces is what kind of, pushed me even more. It inspired me to even go harder, just to see people that I know personally, that had negative information on their reports and we were able to get it off and now they're able to acquire the things that they want to acquire. It's a boost for me, And
did you guys already have the business form before you was testing these accounts out and getting the negative items off?
Yeah, definitely. We worked on our own personal credit, and then we started, building down our structure of how we wanted to help out our clients. And then, we started working on our close family members and people around us, that we love. We want to work on their reports as well.
Man, that's pretty cool. So for all of the, people that's looking up to you and that's inspired by this conversation and that's looking to start a credit business, get them some game on how they, like, what do they need to do to get started? Like, do they need to form a corporation? Do they need to form an LLC? Get them some advice about, like, all right, the business accounts that the money is flowing into.
Right.
Just give them some advice about, like, how they need to be marketing themselves. Like, from you guys' strengths, weaknesses, and failures from your startup. Like, just kind of get them some background information on how they can get started in the credit game.
Yeah, man. If you want to get started in the credit game, first you have to work on your own personal credit. You have to understand the ins and outs of credit. You have to know how to read a credit report accurately. You have to know how to dispute inaccuracies on the credit report. You have to know what factors are playing into a person's credit score. And then once you get kind of like that down pack and you have that all the way right, I would recommend that you take a look at your family members or close friends, look at their reports and see, to help them out as well. Once you feel confident in yourself where you could work on other people's credit, I would recommend starting your LLC, getting registered with your state, and then make sure you have your branding right. People want to see results, right? People want to see, like, what do you do, like how you do it. Like, you want to have a clear statement of, like, what is your purpose, and yeah, man, you want to make sure that you market yourself correctly and help have your clients best clients best at interest, right? So you want to make sure that you are passionate about helping other people, right? That's where it starts. Like, you want to make sure you have that natural passion and then kind of go from there.
So I know you talked a little bit about the marketing. I see you guys are active on LinkedIn, which is pretty cool to me because you see a lot of people on Instagram, Twitter, but you guys are on LinkedIn, which is actually like a space for business and, like, people in that space. Mm-hmm. Tell the people why LinkedIn is such an important tool on, like, getting their. It's like another form of social media that people aren't utilizing. Tell the people, like, why LinkedIn and the benefits of promoting your business on LinkedIn.
Man, yeah, man. LinkedIn really, it does have a bad rap. Like, a lot of people are unfamiliar or ignorant to, like, how powerful LinkedIn is. Like, it's the number one business, like, marketing, job requiring, like, job seeking website,
Okay.
So, like, you're consistently posting on there. You can build an audience on there. You're reaching out to, so many people, right, that are, in the business field, are aware of these things. Like, they, great clients and things of that nature. So I feel like LinkedIn is a very powerful social media that people should, look into, like, honestly.
Okay. Well, man, this time I just want to take, I know you have a special going on.
Yeah.
So I just want you to kind of, inform the people of what you have to offer for secure clients.
Yeah, man, for sure. So we have a special going on where we're only charging $150 for 3 months of just working consistently on your credit report. We manage your credit. We take a look at where you can improve. We look at those inaccuracies on your credit, and we work to get your credit score as high as possible. So, it's still like, we helping out so many people right now. We consistently help out clients to reach their goals. So, if you want to, if you're interested in, you can reach us on Instagram, social, Twitter, LinkedIn. We have secure client consultants, and we're here to help.
You heard it here first. Go ahead and get that special. How long is running for?
Man, it's not gonna be long. It's limited, you know what I mean? But nah, we run it for a month, So get in.
So at the end of this month or the end of February?
End of February.
Y'all go ahead and get that special, man. They not finna be running it too long.
Right.
Is your brand struggling with social media? Digital Marketing Genius can help. Create the perfect ad. Formulate winning social media plans. This book has it all. Grab yours today. All right, so you broke down the credit game a little bit. Give the people the insight of, like, secure clients, like, the structure of the company. Like, just break down the company of, how y'all operating right now.
Yeah, man. So we have two it's me and the co-founder, me, Tornubari, Koboo, and my co-founder, Quadri Isom.
Okay.
We have 2 credit specialists that, work on our team as well. I have my sister, Sarah, and I have my other sister, Yaya, that work on the process of writing the dispute letters. So they're our credit specialists. And, we reach out to our clients, through marketing and social media and things of that nature. And then once we get you onboarded with, we able to look at your credit report whenever you want to. We get you signed up with our partners, IdentityIQ, and they, provide that security of your credit score where nothing negative could happen and things of that nature. And then, we kind of go from there. Like we analyze your credit report and give you the advice that will work, best for your credit report. And then we dispute negative information on your behalf to get those things removed.
So why secure clients over the competition? Like, what do you feel like is separating you guys from any established companies or any, companies that's new to try and break into the game as y'all as well?
I feel like we have that stronger passion than a lot of companies. Like we're more hands-on with our clients. Like we're with our clients 24/7. Like my clients have complete access to me. My clients call me at any time.
Okay.
We work extremely hard on your behalf to make sure that your score gets as high as possible. We had several clients that have, seen the increase in their credit score, got negative information taken off of their credit score. So, we're more like personable. Like, you know who I am. You can reach out to me at any time. I'm here to help out.
As far as the 3 months, right?
Mm-hmm.
What can customers expect in that 3 months when they start to use you guys as services? Like, what can they expect from the company? And when they are finished with you guys, like, where can they expect to feel confident in their credit score? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, man. So I say this, to be honest, every client is different. Every situation is unique. But for the most part, like, throughout that 3 months, we're working with you constantly. We're in constant communication with improving your credit score. So once we take a look at your report, whether it be a late payment, whether it be collection, whether it be you just need to build your personal credit, and we give you hands-on advice, we provide all types of credit management for whatever situation that you have. So throughout that process, once the 3 months is over where we've, worked on your credit score and got your score up, as high as possible, you can kind of, depending on your situation, you can attack or be aggressive towards whatever you want. We have clients that say, hey, I'm in the market for a car. I had clients that say they want a condo. Whatever you personally want. Like I have clients that want credit cards, right? To, have more capital. After you get signed up, once you tell us our goals, we work towards you achieving that goal, right? So.
And I kind of like that because you guys are just not like, hey, we're going to fix your credit score. Like, we're going to work with y'all and figure out your goals and figure out where you're trying to be. And then we're going to attack. Like, what kind of got y'all in that mindset that, hey, we're going to sit down with the customer and kind of get to their goals and just not be so salesy? Because, you know what I'm saying, you're not really, you promoting the business, but you're not really doing that up front. You kind of sitting down with the client, understanding their struggles with their credit, and then you're acting on it. So, like, can you tell them about that mindset?
Yeah, man, for sure. And that mindset kind of comes from, like, what I was discussing earlier about how I didn't know anything about credit, right?
Okay.
So I want to, implement as much education, as much, like, game that I can give the client as much as possible. Like, I'm an open book, man. I want to tell you everything that I know and however way it could benefit you. And that's kind of how we structured our business. Like we didn't necessarily just want to be credit repair. Like we wanted to like manage your credit and then give you advice on, the steps that you could take to like leverage it and then use it however you personally, whatever goals that you want to achieve, right? So that's kind of how we operate.
Man, this guy's giving out some good game. So, can you just tell the people like the challenges of promoting the business? Like you guys started early January, correct?
Right.
And I'm sure you're not where you want to be as far as like the growth and the traction and followers. But like Describe the challenges of like really promoting as a new business to get clients and word of mouth and stuff like that.
Man, it's about having that drive, right? Like
Okay.
having that will, like to just continuously be persistent. Like you even on the days where you get no reaction, no post or no people traction or reaching out to you. It's about that consistency. You start to build an audience. Like even the times that we don't see a lot of people, in our direct messages or hitting us up, we continuously see people like follow us or like the post or like continuously try to engage. Like we're building a platform where people can see that, hey, we have unlimited knowledge on credit and everything that we know about credit. So you can come to our page and you can literally soak up so much game and just use it in your personal life. So I feel like it's more than just like we want to be as informative as possible, right? So like stuck on traction and things of that nature. We just want to be able to provide that education for our people.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, you just want to be a community for the people. It's not really about the image and the amount of followers that you get. The followers and engagement that you do get, you want it to be like real engagement and people that really rock with your guys' message, correct?
Right, man. This is what we're in it for. Like, this is why we do it, man. We want to be able to change lives. Like, we want to be able to help people, honestly. Like, we want to be able to help people achieve their goals. Like, that's why we do it. So, yeah, man.
Hey, I definitely rock with that. So, I mean, what's the future outlook of secure clients? I mean, we're still in January. You guys just had your official launch date not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
What is the kind of give us like the future outlook of your company? Like, okay, it's January. Where do you guys want to be when it hits like the mid quarter? Where do you guys see yourself towards the end of the year? Like, what are you guys' goals? Like, can you elaborate on that a little bit for us?
Man, yeah, man, for sure. We have high goals, man. We want to help out 500 clients this year, man.
500? Okay.
Yeah, man, and we want to break that down quarterly, right? So we want to do about 250 by the midpoint, 125 by the quarter, right? So that's kind of how we want to do it, man. We want to help out as many people as we can, and we're going to achieve those goals, man. And we want to stay on that consistent route of, you know, building, like from that 500 to 1,000 clients to 1,500 clients to 2,000 clients. We just want to continuously help as many people as possible, and we want to scale our business to be able to help people all around the country. So that's the goals that we want to achieve and we will achieve.
That sounds so amazing. Like you said, you guys will achieve it, and I have no doubt that you guys will. And what are some techniques that you guys are using to help you achieve those goals? Like, you know, it's January right now. What techniques have you put in place to, accumulate the clients that you do have?
Man, honestly, results, right?
Results, okay.
Helping out clients. Like, word of mouth is very powerful, just from the clients that we've helped out so far, those clients have brought in so many people just from helping them out, right? Just by helping out one client, they could bring 3 more clients. Like, we've consistently seen that pattern of just results mean everything, right? So once we're able to improve a client's credit score, that's kind of what helps us build our clientele, and we kind of just continuously work like that.
And what different spaces are you guys looking to get into? Like, what I know I touched on earlier about LinkedIn, but what kind of different outlooks are you guys looking to, position yourself on the social medias or even in the market? Like, how are you guys looking to do that?
Yeah, man. So, like we were saying earlier, like, we want to educate as many people as possible, right? So that's from the videos to the audio to the books to everything. Like, we want to be able to build an educational platform where we could teach everybody about how to build your personal credit, right? And the importance of your personal credit, right? We want to be able to have children books, like,
okay,
in our school systems where they could understand, see the importance of credit. Like we said earlier, we weren't taught anything about credit, which handicapped us in a way. So we want to be able to help the next generation, achieve that.
Man, I feel like that's so cool. Like you just touched on creating a children's book for credit. You don't know how powerful that is. Like if I'm just being real with you, like I'm probably at like a 716, right? My credit wasn't that good up until maybe last year summer wise, right? Nobody taught me credit. Nobody taught me that, hey, this is what you're supposed to be building. This is how you're supposed to be using your credit. I personally got a credit card with Discover my sophomore year of college just for extra funds because, it was tough.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how to build it. You know what I'm saying? I just thought, hey, you pay it off every month. You know what I'm saying? You get a cool little score. But I didn't know the other techniques, how you can personally build it. And just by, you giving out some game today, I'm going to take that advice and kind of, build my credit score up. And the children's book is pretty interesting to me because it's like, if kids can learn credit at a younger age, by the time they turn 17, they already position themselves to make leverage moves, which you just touched on earlier.
Yeah.
So just kind of speak on the importance of the youth really getting educated on credit and like the power of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. So, the sky is the limit once we are educated more on the importance of our personal credit and how to use it. Like, imagine if you was like 18 and you knew, and you had like a 720 or 750, and you were able to go, get your own apartment. Like when you move out your mom's house, or whatever you want to do. Like if you want to get a car at that age, you don't need a cosigner. You can go get your own car. Like those are the things that we want to help people do. Even if you want to invest, if you want to get a house, they check your credit, right? You can get a house and use first time home owners, home buyer, buy the house. If you want to stay, you can stay, or you could move out and rent out the house. Now you have a whole investment. So
at 18, right?
Right, at 18, man. So it's like, I don't know, like why not? You know what I mean? So I feel like everybody should get the opportunity to learn about credit, right?
And like besides the book for the youth, like how are you looking to really incorporate and target that audience? Because like that may not be something that they interested in right now. They looking to like turn up, you know what I'm saying? Like party or like spending money on stuff that may not really benefit them. They're not really trying to hear about credit and investment properties. But that's just because they wasn't taught that.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you guys looking to incorporate that and, reaching the youth?
Yeah, man. So like I was saying with the video, with the video and the audio, man, we want to be able to have animation series for children that kind of break it down at a very small and understandable scale where they can understand the importance of credit, right? Because like they might not act on it, but they can have that thought in their head. Even that thought is very important, right? Because even though we didn't know how to fix our credit, we knew that it was important, right?
Okay.
We knew that. So you just want to, get that spark as soon as possible. And then, they'll have access to how to, like, the process of where to start, and, we want to provide that in a way that they could receive it. So that'll be helpful.
Are you guys looking to, like, incorporate a program for youth to kind of get their hands wet in the credit game before they actually start getting credit cards, or even while they have credit cards to really educate them on like, hey, this is how you can use your credit card?
Yeah, man. Honestly, man, that's why I like the secure credit cards, right?
Okay.
Because it's not unsecured where you just reckless and you spending money that you don't have. The secure credit card is money that you put up yourself or that you pay on a monthly basis, and you can use that. So that way you won't be putting yourself in such a bad position, and we'll educate them on how to use the card, the benefits of the card, and, things of that nature.
I don't see too many credit card companies or services doing that, you know what I'm saying?
Right. It's very, that's why I love the secure cards for people that are getting started.
And you said you use yourself. I just got me, I don't know if I would call it a secure credit card, but were you aware of the card Extra?
Yes. Yep.
So do you recommend that?
I do recommend Extra. To my understanding, they do have secure cards.
Okay.
Where you could use, like, you put up funds. Say you want a $500 credit limit, you can give them $500, and they'll give you a card with a $500 limit, which is money that you put up.
And you can get that back, right?
Right.
Okay.
You get it back. So, I mean, and it'll report on your credit report. So that way you start building those positive credit lines that we talked about earlier.
And what are some good credit cards that you recommend that people get started off with, or like that you just recommend that's kind of like de-solidify your position great in the credit game? I started off with Discover.
Mm-hmm.
That may not be for everybody. What are some credit cards that you recommend that people get?
Man, honestly, as long as it's not like a Premier card or, one of those predatory credit cards that attack college kids, like you want to get Discover's a great card. You want to get Chase, Citi, American Express. You want to get those type of cards. But as long as it's not a card with an extremely high, interest rate, and anything over like 20% could be detrimental.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, like, kind of break down the interest rate, because a lot of people may not know what's the high interest rate. Like, they may see those offers come into the mail, like, hey, we got a special deal, sign up for a credit card. What is a good interest rate for a credit card?
Yeah, man. Honestly, credit cards typically have the highest interest rates. They're around like the average is 17%, which is pretty high. But that's because that's for unsecured credit cards, and if you think about it, it makes sense because an unsecured credit card, they're basically trusting you. Like, say you apply for a Chase card, and they give you a $5,000 limit. They're trusting you to make your payments on time. They're basically giving you $5,000, and they're putting themselves at risk for you. So it makes sense why their interest rate is high. But for things like cars, houses, and things of that nature, high interest rates can be detrimental. Like, it could be really damaging because you'll end up over time compound interest spending way more money than you should, right? So you as far as auto loans and mortgages, you want to get as low as interest rate as you can.
Where do you see like the future of credit going? Like, where do you see like the future trends of credit going besides the kind of points we touched on earlier?
Man, I think credit is going to be more and more important with the inflation rate that we're seeing, how prices are, shooting through the roof for literally everything. With the COVID situation, the supply and demand the supply chain for like every product seems like it's just, decreasing, and then the prices are increasing. So I feel like credit is going to be extremely important to make sure that you have access to capital, even for emergency purposes. Like, you want to make sure that you have opportunity to like have funds for, just in case purposes.
Introducing the Signature Tea Collection. Stylish. The details. Can you imagine how good you will look in this? And at the moment, I just want to give like some closing remarks. Like, you touched on where the people can find you. Kind of just get on some updates on your next moves on secure clients and what you tend, to do with the company going forward.
Yeah, man. So like I said, man, we going to help as many people as possible, man. So reach out to us. We're here to help. We're here to increase the score no matter what your situation is. We can provide advice for you to help you, improve your score and improve your report, right? One thing I say, another just gem is like, you don't want to just focus strictly on your score, right? Like, you want to focus kind of on what's in your report. Like, what lines of credit do you have inside of your credit report? Like, it's very important because if you have no type of credit history, even if you have a 725, you still can't get approved, you know? So you just want to make sure that you're not just so stuck on your score. You want to just look at what's in your credit report and then kind of treat it like, you can treat it like a report card, like, or a transcript, right? You look at your transcript to see like what's everything in your transcript, what's in your files, like, what relevant history do you have? So, that's just something I would want people to take a look at. But yeah, man, we helping out as many people as possible. Reach out to us, Secure Client Consultants. We're here to help.
appreciate all of the game that you gave out today, man. Secure clients, go ahead and take advantage of that opportunity they have available for you. And would you like to lead the people with anything? Any specials, any updates, anything they should be familiar with?
Yeah, man. Like we said, man, you can reach us at in social medias at Secure Client Consultants. We do have sale right now for $150, 3 months credit management. We're here to help. So just reach out to us.
Hey, man, I appreciate you stopping by. Look forward to get you on the show again. Looking forward to getting more guests on the show. And Mr. Tornubari Koboo and co-founder of Secure Clients. And make sure you guys reach out to him and we out.
Yes, sir.